Hello. So I am reviewing day 4 on the elemental diet. I will tell you this was a very, very, very rough day. Before we get started, I'm going to do the traditional affirmation of the day because when you're on an elemental diet or semi-elemental diet or suffering with SIBO, you need all the hope you can get, even if it's cuckoo and woo-woo. Okay, so this one is, I am good enough, smart enough, beautiful enough, strong enough. Oh, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. Wow, that's cool. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You have to agree. That's a good one. Yes. I definitely think that's fantastic advice. So please take that for the day. Now I'm going to review this day 4 on I should say it's a semi-elemental diet. I luckily am able to incorporate some foods as I was doing this. And I will say I'm past day 4. I'm just reviewing it for you. It is working. It is absolutely working. Give it a go. I would recommend the semi-elemental diet. You don't need to do the full elemental diet probably, but it is working. And I'm going to tell you how terrible this day was. But then as we go into day 5, which I'll do next, things got better. And what it could be is called a die-off reaction, when some of your bad bugs are actually being passed. You might have, I'm just going to be really explicit with you since if you're here, you're dealing with it, but if you have diarrhea, it may not be a really bad thing. It actually could be a die-off reaction, which could be helpful. So let me share with you my food journal. I highly recommend journaling everything because you will not remember. I don't remember what I had yesterday or the day before, and you really have to keep track of what food you're eating and your reactions that you're having. So this was day 4. It was Thursday. This was a work day for me. And my sleep was really, really good. So if you remember, my day 3 was very good. I was feeling amazing. I was feeling super skinny. I was super happy. It was a fantastic day. So I was really optimistic going into Thursday. Now, something interesting is that I had a really early morning work meeting. If you see here, I had a 7:45 meeting that requires a lot of my effort and attention. And I don't get to do my normal morning routine when I have early meetings like this. And I do think it kind of threw me off just a bit. So one piece of advice is if you're doing this for a week, which is all I'm doing, I'm just doing really for a few days, basically. I think I am doing this for, I was only supposed to do it for 4 days, but I actually did it a little bit longer, as you'll see, because I was feeling better. I was getting such good results. I wanted to stick with it a little bit longer and just actually finish the elemental shake powder that I was eating or using. But this meeting was really important. I'm glad I documented it because I didn't get to do my regular morning routine that sets me up for a really nice day. So my recommendation here is do this if you're doing it for 4 days or a week, whatever. Pick a week where either your work load is not super busy. I wouldn't take the whole week off because it's a little bit nice to have work as a distraction when you're not eating very much because again, you'll see, look how hungry I am. I'm starving. I'm super, super hungry. And sometimes a shake is not, it's not as satisfying as if you could have actual chew food and things like that. I did figure out a way to make the shake really taste great. However, again, it's not going to be as satisfying as a meal. So the distraction of work is helpful. However, I would make sure you don't have super early meetings. You don't have to travel. It's not as stressful, but I would stay busy because that's going to help you with your hunger. So then at 8 a.m. while I was doing this meeting, I was having coffee with my protein powder. So I've incorporated Vital Proteins collagen powder. It's like a creamer that you can put in your coffee with my Nut Pods creamer. And then I'm adding in a tiny bit of heavy cream. So you can see I'm adding in more and more foods actually each day. And then you can see on my hunger scale, I am not hungry, but I was planning ahead wanting to, have this be basically my breakfast. Then after my call, I did a tiny bit of yoga just for 15 minutes, just because, again, normally I do some sort of exercise in the morning. This week, again, I'm doing very light exercise because I'm just not eating as much. And I said, okay, I'm feeling okay. This is where it started to not get great. So at 11 o'clock, I was starving, 7 out of 10. I had decaf coffee with protein powder Nut Pods. So again, another drink. And then I said here, the drinks are not filling me up. I would second that. I've continued on. I've had a few more days under my belt, and I'm noticing that the coffee drinks with protein powder aren't filling me up. It kind of feels like empty calories. So I might take this. I'm going to take this out of my routine because I thought having coffee with protein powder would be a great breakfast and just fill me up and help tide me over. And it's not. It is not. So that's just not working for me. Then at 12:30, I had my first elemental shake and I blended that up with spinach. And then again, I said, I'm super hungry. I don't feel great after eating this. So this is where I started to not feel well. Then I had a second shake because again, I was so hungry. I had this as a Ninja ice cream, and I do have a video high level on this on how to make it into an ice cream. And then I'm saying, gosh, I'm feeling really bloated. Then in the afternoon, soon after, I had some tea with Nut Pods creamer. One other thing I'll add here is I'm really digging the tea. I'm just loving tea. I probably will do a whole video just on all the teas that I'm enjoying. But I am putting Nut Pod creamer in it, and it's adding up to be a lot. Again, my weight hasn't been an issue. I would say my weight's been pretty stable. Like some days I'll feel a little leaner than others. And especially the bloating has gone down, which has been really great. But I don't really want to be having so much creamer every day. So I am going to start to work on having just black tea, maybe with a little bit of cinnamon and maybe a bit of stevia, also salt. A lot of people don't know, but salt brings out sweetness in things. So you can put in it just a tiny bit of salt in your tea or coffee, and that does sweeten it up. So this is when I'm really not feeling okay. I feel okay, but not great. Then I went on a 40-minute walk just to kind of cheer myself up. Again, I really do remember this day. And I literally, D means diarrhea. I had diarrhea on my walk, which was a huge bummer. And I was so sick, I had to actually go home. Hold on one second.
Just need a little sip of tea. Yeah, diarrhea was terrible. So that really put a stop to my walk. Then came home and drinking my green drink with all my gut supplements. I actually have that right here. I will do a recipe on this. This is delicious. This was great. I love having this before dinner. I get a lot of nutrients in there, and it does tend to make me a bit happy, which I love. Then I was having my same dinner. I've had this dinner every night. I had the paleo Cobb salad. I was a little hungry but feeling horrible. And then I had my dessert that I've been having as well with cottage cheese, coconut yogurt, a coconut Cool Whip, and I've been using sun butter. And I really like it. I'm just saying this is not a good day. And then I did not actually have tea. I've been having tea every night, which has been lovely, but I just didn't want tea. And then I said, this day is terrible. It started off okay, but then it took a turn for the worst. So kind of a bummer. You can see, again, I'm guessing on these calories. We might want to audit my guessing here. I'm just totally guessing, but I'm just trying to get an idea of how much I'm having. I mean, these are definitely, I think these are more than 400 calories. Green drink. Okay, so this is only like 30 calories. My salad is about 700. My dessert's about 500. Yeah. So you can see I'm getting a good amount of calories. I'm not gaining weight by doing this. I don't know. Again, I'm not a super big calorie tracker, but I did want to just get an idea of what's happening. My weight has remained pretty stable. Some days I'm feeling a little leaner because I'm not bloated, which is fantastic. I definitely feel leaner at night. Usually at night is when I have the worst flare-ups. So that's been a positive for sure. But I really hope that this is helpful for you. I would say please don't get discouraged by watching this day. Day 5 is much better. So take a look. And I can tell you, I'm even past day 5 now, and it's really, really gotten better. Like, I am better. I'm so excited. SIBO is just miserable. And so if you can kind of get through this tough time, you probably will get some relief. So hope this is helpful. Have a lovely day, and health is wealth. So take care of yourself.